On this channel, it isn't just fun and games. With each and every movie review, I try to highlight important takeaways, lessons, and philosophies exhibited within each film. It is my hope that my audience takes some of this wisdom to heart and grows a little as human beings. So, what have we learned thus far? Well, firstly, you never want to booze before your court-appointed community service. That's a given. Second, nothing can beat the cool, refreshing taste of Coors Lager. And finally, you always want to think twice before you engage in sexual relations with any mannequin you find down at your mall. And you know what? After saying that, I know some of you are going to be saying, hey, Tres, none of that applies to me. I definitely don't booze before my court-appointed community service. Okay, no problem. Because guess what? This episode might be for you. Because I watched The Rock, and we are going to examine the time-old adage about doing your best, expressed here in the immortal words of Sir Sean Connery.
I'll do my best.
Your best? Losers always whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
Beautiful words. It almost brings a tear to your eye. Well, if you're ready to learn a little something about what it means to be a winner as opposed to a loser, you better crack open a cold one and join me for another movie review from the Great White North.
The movies might be good or bad, but at least the reviews will be beauty.
The Rock is a 1996 action thriller film directed by Michael Bay. Now, old Mike might be the movie equivalent of Chad Kroeger of Nickelback, but that doesn't stray away from the fact that movies like Armageddon, Pearl Harbor, and Transformers has made him one of the most commercially successful directors in history. Now, don't get the impression that every Michael Bay film is a gem. Far from it. That Nickelback comment was an indication that most of Michael Bay's movies are not that great, and they rely way too heavily on the special effects.
An 18-wheeler spins out of control, and it's all like, brush! In this huge tanker full of diamonds, craw, craw! Those aren't ideas, those are special effects! I don't understand the difference.
Now, don't get me wrong, the special effects in Michael Bay's movies are usually pretty fantastic. A winner in my books. But on the flip side, if you're watching a Michael Bay movie, you're gonna have to buckle yourself in for a simplistic plot and some underdeveloped characters.
Good, great, grand, wonderful!
Now, from my experience, there's only one thing that can remedy simplistic plots and underdeveloped characters. That's right, legendary actor and Academy Award winner Nicolas Cage.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z! Huh?
Cage stars as Stanley Goodspeed, the FBI's top chemical weapons specialist. And right from the get-go, you know he's a winner. I mean, he's disarming terrorist bombs and getting his girlfriend pregnant with ease. So I guess you could say he's a pretty cool dude too. It's no wonder that the Pentagon and FBI need Stanley for their super secret mission. And what mission is that? Taking down a group of rogue Marines who've stolen a stockpile of poison gas rockets. And these Marines, they're no joke either. They've seized control of Alcatraz Island and have taken 81 tourists hostage, including Borat's wife.
You'll be my wife, I treat you nice.
Unfortunately for Stanley, he's got two things working against him. Firstly, he doesn't have the know-how to infiltrate Alcatraz, that's for sure. And secondly, that is one terrible hairpiece, my friend. Ugh.
Woof.
Fortunately for us, the FBI has offered up a pardon to an even better toupee, John Mason, played by none other than Sean Connery himself. So what's his claim to fame, other than a decent-looking hairpiece? Well, he's the only Alcatraz inmate to have ever escaped the island.
Welcome to the Rock.
But between you and me, that's a bold-faced lie, because I've even escaped Alcatraz Island before. Hell, it's a playable level in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. I will concede that Sean Connery is a badass. A touch old in this one, but still a badass. I mean, this is elderly James Bond we're talking about here.
Bond. James Bond.
So, who else is rounding out this elite squad to hunt down these stolen rockets? Well, that's about it, because the US Navy SEAL team they've rounded up is about as effective as the red shirts from Star Trek. In this metaphorical game of rock, paper, scissors, The Rock was ready for scissors, but you know what it wasn't ready for? Paper, in the form of a science nerd and 60-year-old convict.
That's not funny. That was great.
And this terrible twosome aren't just trying their best, they're laying the absolute smackdown to these downright unpatriotic traitors. From taking out an enemy with an ace unit and a rotten Jolly Rancher to incorporating an Elton John classic into a somewhat comical death.
Let's talk music. Do you like the Elton John song Rocket Man?
I don't like soft ass shit.
Oh, you know. Well, I only bring it up because, it's you. You're the Rocket Man.
Goodspeed and Mason are a two-man wrecking crew. There's no denying it. I mean, they break the typical action movie mold, offering audiences an alternative to muscle-bound Stallones and Schwarzeneggers who dominated action movies in the late 80s and early 90s. In this movie, it's not about muscles, how old you are, or even the quality of toupee on your head. It's about perseverance in the face of adversity, without whining about doing your best. It's with that winning attitude, it's no wonder that Goodspeed and Mason are our real American heroes that save the day. It's why they're free to go home and have sex with all of those age-appropriate prom queens that they were talking about earlier.
You can do it all night long!
When reviewing my previous episodes, I've got to say, I've recommended some pretty beauty movies, and this episode is no exception. With a dynamic duo like Cage and Connery, it's easy to see why this movie is elevated far beyond a simplistic plot and little to no character development. Bottom line, this movie is a winner, and one that I watch multiple times throughout the year. So yeah, I'm giving this movie a big thumbs up and a score of 7.5. And yes, call me out, you know, I definitely just said this movie had no plot and no character development, but guess what? That doesn't matter when the rest of the movie is full of entertainment value. So yeah, a score of 7.5. That seems pretty darn reasonable to me. Chalk it up. That's the score. And that's the review. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to follow me on all the social medias and subscribe to the channel by clicking this icon down below. Beauty. See you next time.